Hi guys, so I noticed that a lot of you ask me over Instagram to show you how I create the sounds that I create from scratch. So there it is, I'm using Nuendo, as you can see, and I'm going to use Massive that you probably already know, right? And I'm going also to use today a plugin that is a Steinberg plugin. You probably never saw it before because it's really new. So it's called Voice Designer. It has all kinds of cool features, and basically it's a plugin with a lot of effects in it. So you have the robot option and you can increase it. You have the morph, delay and feedback, so you can do really cool stuff with it. So let's start. First of all, I'm going to create a laser sound, okay? And from there, I'm going to show you how I create a spaceship, okay? So I always start, I'm going to remove Voice Designer for now. I always start with with the new sound, okay? So nothing there. And when I start, I always start from the first oscillator. So I have here a square so 2, smooth square, and a synth. So let's start with the sinus wave. I'm gonna go into one of the envelope. So you do need to have some basic knowledge about the synthesis and the massive synthesis. So massive is called a modular synthesis. So you need to have some knowledge about this. So this is a little advanced. Okay, so I'm taking the envelope and we're first gonna do a laser sound. Okay, so laser, if you think about it, it starts really high and it goes from high to low really fast. So we have a pitch change that is going really fast. So I'm going to take it really to like 50, okay? And now we have this sound. And I'm going to make it really fast. Okay, I'm going to use the same envelope here. Now I'm going to add oscillator 2, and I'm going to search for a nice sound. Okay, that's nice. So I'm going to do the exact same thing with the envelope here. And same thing with oscillator number 3. Okay, so that's not bad. We're gonna add also a low pass filter. So I use low pass 2. And I really want the cutoff to open right away and then close as soon as the pitch goes down. So I'm doing the exact same thing here. I'm taking the envelope here, so every time I press, the cutoff goes right to here and then comes back slowly depending on the slope here. And the slope here is depending on the decay. Okay, this decay. I'm going to add it also to the resonance. Okay, let's add some white noise. We can't really hear anything, but now we can. Okay, so now we have this laser sound. Okay, what's cool about it is that now we can play with the decay and the level of the decay. So here we have the attack and decay. Okay, so this will give us a good base to start the spaceship sound. Okay, so that's pretty cool, right? So first of all, I really like to add some compression to the sound to really make everything stick out. Okay. Okay, we could add some maybe you have the QuadraFuzz. So we can add it to add a little bit of character to it. So alright, so one thing I'm gonna do is to do MIDI learn, and now I'm free to use I actually use a Nano Korg, a Nano Control 2 from Korg, and I just use one of the knobs. Alright, I'm going to add now the voice designer. Let's see what we can do with it. So first of all, we have the robot effect here. So that's really cool, right? So this really gives it like a extraterrestrial sound. We can add some morph.
So maybe I'm gonna use this later because it's really strong, but it gives us some good noise to it, right? Now I'm gonna use the effects. I'm actually not touching anything right now. This was just the release, the feedback that goes on and on and on, so it's really cool, but I'm going to just drop it to here. So now I'm gonna go back to massive. Okay, let's hear the sound. Okay, so this is really cool, right? Now now something I always do is to take the same sound, duplicate it, and then change some of the parameters. Okay, so let's take the second. This and this are exact same duplicate as are duplicates, so the exact same thing. But here now I'm going to remove the voice designer. Okay, so I'm just gonna use the sound, the original sound with the CLA2A, so LA2A emulator from Waves, and the QuadraFuzz from Steinberg. This is this is a DAW VST. So I'm gonna play those two together. So the reason there is a delay here is because Voice Designer has an internal delay, like it goes much less fast when you have much more latency when you use the Voice Designer. But I'm going to just give them to work together now. Now they're both of them are right down, so you almost don't hear them. And now I'm going to touch the knob that I assigned to here. Okay, so to the decay, to the level of the decay, right? And let's hear how it sounds. Okay, so that's not bad. Now I'm going to put those two in a group. I'm gonna call it Spaceship Group. And I'm going to add an effects channel. So I'm always using for reverb Valhalla Room. It's a really cool reverb. It sounds really good. So I'm going to send this to Valhalla Room. Okay. So let's hear how it sounds with the reverb. Okay, so that's really cool. We had a little bit of clipping there, so I'm going to take those two way down. Let's try again. Now I'm just pressing one CC controller here, just pressing one note here with my launchpad. You can't see it, but I use launchpad, Novation launchpad. So I'm going to just press 3 different notes here. So let's try this. Okay, so this is, I just pressed the retrospective MIDI write. If you don't know it, you can press here, you can find in the preferences, no, not in the preferences, in edit key commands, you can search for retrospective record in the MIDI. Okay, let's just search it like this. Okay, in transport, you have the retrospective MIDI record. Okay, so you can just assign any a short key or quick key here. So I use Shift C to receive that, and then you can just like press something, you know. I press Shift C, and that's it. That's the retrospective MIDI record. Okay, so I'm going to go inside the key editor, and these are the free notes that I recorded. Okay, so I just pressed it like this. It has no significance. I can just add more. It will give me a different sound. Okay, but what's important is here. So this is the recording, the writing of the nano control. Okay, so I don't know if it will work. Let's just check if it works. So when I move the knob, when I actually move the knob that was assigned to the level, it works, but I don't know. Okay, so it works, right? Good. So now we want this, because when the spaceship goes up, it goes in really like we want it to sound really smooth. So I'm going to use this right here. Wait, I'm going to go out. Come on. Line. This is what I searched. So I want to go real straight till here, and really straight from there till the end. Okay, so now I'm going to copy here, and now we are going to have a real really smooth taking off of the spaceship. Okay, the only thing that we don't need here is the attack. So we don't want it to do that thing. We don't want that. So I'm going to take the level right off. Okay, so it works fine. And now here also I'm going to do the same thing. So taking the level of the attack way down. Okay, and I think I'm gonna add some high frequencies here.
Okay, so that's not bad. Now we can do this much more, like we can do it really fast. Okay, and you can also stop it right here. So, so you'll have to use the volume automation. So this is also a cool sound, right? Okay, so this is it for today. We did a spaceship sound and a laser sound. So I hope you enjoy it. And I'm going to come up with more sounds. Okay, thanks.